I was planning to be out on the water quite a little bit ago, but maybe breakfast burritos and energy drinks weren't really the best idea for the morning. I'm gonna throw the boat in the water, we're gonna get fishing, and we're gonna have a little solo adventure for some muskie. A little bit windy today. It is the coldest day in the past 3 weeks. So I'm hoping this little cold front coming through might get these muskie turned on and ready to bite. I know this lake has got a ton of fish, and it also has some really nice muskie. I don't see anybody else in the lake. Hopefully we can have the whole entire place to ourselves and get on some fish. I checked on a contour map. I found some spots that look really juicy. So we're gonna throw the boat in and I will see you guys on the water.
We're gonna start out this morning throwing around a little top water as the sun rises and see if anything wants to strike.
Fish on. Got him. There we go. I'm gonna wet my hands quickly before I touch this fish. Don't want to take the slime off of him. What a beautiful, beautiful fish. That is awesome. Not a monster, but it is a muskie, and I will take it. We're gonna get this one right back in the water and let him swim off. All right, buddy. Make sure she swims off. There she goes. Awesome. Hopefully you guys saw the release good enough on this camera. He swam right under the boat and is off to sea another day. I didn't even have him out of the water long enough to get a measurement. Probably should have done that, but didn't really think about it at the time. I'm just happy she swam off safe and sound. Definitely a blessing to catch a fish like that. Like I said, not a monster, but I'm out here to have fun, and I caught a fish. That is good enough for me. We're gonna get back out there and see if we can catch another one. We're gonna keep fishing the same spot for a little bit longer. It is definitely promising. There could be a few more fish. All it is just a hump filled with weeds. There's, I think, 7 or 8 different humps on this lake, and my plan is really to just go around and fish each of the humps. Keep moving from each one and see if we can locate a few more fish. I think I've just about fished this whole entire hump here. I gave it maybe an hour of casting a few different baits. I'm trying the dive and rise now, see if there's any finicky fish that don't want to eat a fast moving bait. Something like this usually can get those pretty finicky fish to bite. The only problem is this place is just filled with weeds. This whole entire lake is one big weed pile. I like fishing spots that there's a lot of weeds, but they don't come all the way up to the surface. Otherwise, you're gonna have stuff like this, just getting stuck in every single weed over here. This really isn't the most weedless bait with 3 treble hooks. This is not weeds. No, it's not, it's fishing line. Did I get the weeds or I still got the line? Yeah, it's somebody's fishing line. I'm gonna try to grab this just to get it out of the lake. All right, let's see if we can pull whatever it is, maybe get ourselves a free lure. If anything, I just want it out of this lake. What kind of line is this? Why is it so elastic? It's like rubber. Huh. There we go. Alrighty, cleaning up the lake slowly, piece by piece. I'm not really sure what kind of line this is. It doesn't really look like braid, it's more rubber. I don't really like it. I'm gonna throw it away and we're gonna go move on to another spot. Need a tow? Need me to tow you in? Yeah? Okay. I'll just troll and motor back, no reason. Motor not working? That'll happen. Yeah. That happens. Yeah. Pass you the rope I got here. Would you look at that?
Hey, you don't want to bump into.
Don't worry about it, you're all good. I guess so. Absolutely, you guys have a great day. Saw those guys paddling, thought I'd come up here and see if they're okay, and it seems like their motor is working just fine. Glad to hear it. I'm gonna get back to fishing. Fish on! Spit. We're gonna give this spot a try. It is a little bit of a point that comes out right off the shoreline. Seems fairly shallow, so there should be some weeds for these fish to hide in. We're gonna get up there, start casting, and see if there's anything that wants to bite. It looks like we got a nice patch of weeds 50 feet in front of us. It kind of comes out like a triangle, comes out right around that red house, comes all the way around and shoots back into that little cove. So we're gonna stick around this area here, sit in about 10 feet of water and cast up to these weeds, looking like that's in about 4 or 5 feet. Should have something up in these weeds. I'm gonna guess that's where most of the fish today are gonna be from. Oh, there was something right there. Missed it though, looked like a little guy. Little muskie or little pike. Super small one. Hit it though, give him props for that. That's for sure. I'll throw it back in here, see if he comes back. I'm not really sure if there's a big pike population in this lake. Could have been a little muskie. I assume, of course, it was probably a pike, but never know. Usually there's a few more pike in a lake than muskie. Not really too sure on this one though. Guess I'm going this way. I don't really know why he felt the need to cut in front of me. He was in the channel. On my left is deep water. On my right is shallow water. Where he just cut in front of him was like 5 feet and just filled with weeds, exactly where I was casting. He did all that just to cut in front of me so I would stop and he could go fish where I was about to fish. I don't really understand that part. Why didn't you just follow the channel? Why do you have to actually cut in front of me? That's kind of random. The second time that's happened this week too, which is weird.
To give a little context, we got to this lake an hour and a half before sunrise, started fishing the south shoreline, and maybe an hour after sunrise, another boat pulled up and they started making their way towards us. There's one point that I like to fish on this lake, and I was making my way there. Slowly but surely, I was casting that shoreline, and I was just about to reach this point, and this boat started speeding up, getting right up next to us. And then they started casting in front of my boat, so I would stop moving, and they got in front of us eventually, cut me off, and started fishing that point before I could get there. Which, I mean, there's a lot of spots on this lake, but you don't need to start casting at my boat to make me stop. That's a little too far.
There's like a point that comes out here, and it kind of comes around and shoots out a little bit.
This went on for a good 5 minutes. They basically just kept casting in front of my boat every time I would try to trolling motor myself in front, and they just kind of kept casting and slowly creeping their way right in front of me, and eventually they just trolling motored full speed and just cut me off and looked at me like I was doing something wrong. I wasn't aware they owned the lake, but good for them. I guess I'm gonna go fish a different spot.
Are you just, sir? Yeah? Are you hitting the point or are you working the whole shoreline? I don't want to cut in front of you if you're going to work the whole shoreline.
Don't really matter to me.
Doesn't matter to me. I just don't want to cut in front of you if you're going to, I didn't know if you're just sticking to the point or working the shoreline. I can go somewhere else. I just didn't want to cut in front of you. Had any luck?
No.
Yeah.
This is the first time out in the boat this year. So
Oh, gotcha. Hey, you're out here having fun. I mean, it's something.
That's right.
Better than sitting at home. You going, which way you plan to go?
I'm just going to work down this
Okay.
way.
All right. Good luck, man. I'm going to go somewhere else. Oh, he's right behind it. I just saw his tail just whip. Tried to eat it. Didn't get it though. I'm guessing he might still be following it. Huh. Let me throw a dive and rise in there. Looks like a semi-decent muskie too. Usually I just figure eight these the same as I would a bucktail. Keep it pretty fast and just do some big eights. All right, I think it's about time that we call it a day. Today was awesome. We got ourselves a muskie and that is all that matters. I am so happy to be out here fishing. I'm gonna be brutally honest with you guys. This took me a very, very long time in a few different lakes. The intro for the video was at a different lake. Some of the fishing today was at another different lake. Today's fishing was at a different lake that I have never fished before either. I tried 3 new lakes. 2 of them were busts, and we finally caught one in this lake. Took me 3 hours of fishing at this new lake and we caught one. That is just unreal. Some days I catch one on the first couple casts, some days I just go days without catching one, and that's just muskie fishing. But like I said, I want to be brutally honest. This was 11 days of fishing. 11 days, 92 hours of fishing. Wow, it was, yeah, I think 8-hour days for 10 or 11 days, just unreal. It took me quite a long time to locate the fish. But it wasn't the best weather either. It's been way too hot recently and the fishing hasn't been all that good right now. But we came out here, fished some new structure, fished some new areas, and we got it done. 32 hours of driving total. I could have went to Florida and back. I spent $421 in gas on this video, but you know what? It was all worth it. Caught a fish, and it is a blessing to be out here. I would not be surprised if we can catch a few more muskie here this week and pop out a few more videos recently. It just took me a little bit to find a good lake in my area, a little bit of driving, but we got it done. Expect some more videos here soon. I love you guys so much. Until I see you guys in the next one, peace out.